good evening, everyone. Welcome to Brown Sugar Confessions here on Power 1017. Thanks for joining us. As you can see, it is the terrific trio, myself, Miss T, Miss Tracy, and Miss KD. And you might be wondering, why don't I hear a certain voice bringing me to this lovely show? That is because our fearless leader, Doc Val, is out on the high seas right now. She will be returning to us at some point, and she will give us all the juicy details of her trip and everything that not that she's talking about, but what she'll be teaching in future trips in the future. So until then, please like and subscribe to us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You can always catch replays on Thursdays on YouTube. And guess what, everybody? We are on Spotify. So if you couldn't get enough of us on YouTube, you can always check us out on Spotify. But until then, make sure you got your drinks. Get ready. We're going to have a great show. Tracy, hi.
Hi. How's everybody doing? You guys look amazing.
Good. Yes. Well, how have you been?
Busy. It's 3 weeks, a month before our first set of cons, and I'm exhausted. I am up to my eyeballs in styrofoam and paint.
Oh my goodness. They use styrofoam. Oh, I mean, I guess they do use styrofoam.
Yeah,
in cons. You got to make all like the molding and things.
Yeah, the weapons, and it's molding foam, so it's like right now it's super crazy expensive. Yeah, it's really expensive. Oh my gosh. But you do what you do for the things that you love, right? Make it happen. So this
is very true.
Yeah, we're just up to our eyeballs in styrofoam, and it's been hot up here, like so hot it's creating very dangerous thunderstorms. But
oh no.
Yeah, so we've even had what do you call them? Microbursts?
Microbursts. Yes.
Microbursts.
Microbursts?
Yes.
Yeah, we have some microbursts. Yeah. Look, there was trees down everywhere. People were freaking out. They were like, was it a tornado? No, it wasn't a tornado, Cletus. It's a microburst.
Microburst, however, because, since we're going to talk about the weather.
Yes, tell us about the weather, KD, because we know you know what's up.
So microbursts are almost as bad, if not sometimes worse. Maybe not worse, but it's almost like a tornado that goes downward. So what ends up happening is the clouds, the storm, when it's coming towards an end, there's like all this built up energy. I don't know why I remember this. I'm happy that I actually remember some of the things I've learned at some point. But all of the built up energy ends up collapsing on itself. It's almost like a sun. When a sun supernova and like all the energy has nowhere to go, it turns into a black hole. So it's kind of what a cloud does. Like it collapses on itself and go whoosh, and very, very strong gusts of wind goes downward. So it's not like a tornado as it like goes into a circle or a whirlwind. It actually goes straight down like whoosh. So I noticed because if a plane is below that, it could literally floor a plane. So you wouldn't want to fly a plane in a condition that could turn into a microburst.
Yeah.
So just random facts that I know because I know for no reason that's too important these days for knowing.
Right. But the more you know.
Well, speaking of facts.
The more you know.
The more you know. Exactly. Dun, 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 dun. But speaking of other facts, KD, how have you been doing?
I have been doing very hot. It's hot right now. It's been hot. I'm not complaining because I love the heat, but I am on a mission to very, very much not use my air conditioning. So I have been sweating it out. Hopefully, maybe I'll like sweat some of these pounds off or something because I have been just sweating every single day. It's been 90 degrees here, 89 here. So, yeah, it's been very hot, but I'm very excited. I'm about to go down to Virginia Beach for a few days. I'm really excited about that. And, we have a couple other little mini trips planned out. That's a working trip, but yeah, just excited. Summer's here and got a lot of stuff on the agenda for this summer, including more stuff with Brown Sugar Confessions. I cannot wait for you guys to hear what we got in store for y'all. What about you, Miss T? What you got going on?
Well, you know, we're always warm down here in Atlanta. I'm not going to call it Hot Atlanta because nobody calls it Hot Atlanta here. But so far, traffic's been pretty decent. Weather's been pretty nice, except for the past couple of days we've had some thunderstorms. But outside of that, I'm pretty much hanging in there. You know me, sitting here stretching the masses and dancing for the unwashed folks. But it's okay. We are moving. We are shaking. And we are going to keep it rolling. So I have a question for you guys. You ready for a question?
Shoot.
What or how far have you gone for the eggplant?
How far have I gone? You know, I probably drove a good 5 hours once. I was young
5
and
hours?
dumb. Yeah, I was young and dumb.
Young, dumb, full of possibilities.
As the saying goes.
How about you, Tracy? How far have you gone for the eggplant?
I got on a plane. I got on a plane and flew over several states to go down south. Yeah. But it was amazing.
Okay.
It was immaculate. Chef kiss.
It was worth it.
Oh my. It just kept giving and kept giving. It was amazing.
You know the eggplant's good
excellent.
when you go distances for it.
Yeah, when you're willing to go long and far for it, I think it's pretty decent. I want to say I've probably gone maybe an hour because at that point I'm just like, you know what? I don't even know if it's worth me like getting prepped up and then having to travel to it. So thankfully, most times it comes to me. Thankfully, but not all the times. But guess what? So Tracy, you are not the only person who will go long and go far for the eggplant. So, according to Kelly Rowland, she has said that she once traveled up to 20 hours for her husband for his eggplant.
Wow.
But that's her husband. Like, y'all doing different stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of true. But I'm kind of wondering if this is also before he became her husband, or was it when they were married? You know what I mean?
That's questions that need answers. Yes. However, either way you slice it, that must be some good eggplant for her. Hop on a plane for it. Seriously.
Yeah. 20 hours. I mean, at least we know he knows what he's working with.
Right.
He's definitely one of the few that knows how to please, and we applaud him. Round of applause, everybody.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. But yeah, so listeners, just a random question for you, and feel free to post to our YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. How long have you traveled for the eggplant? Was it an hour? 2 hours? 20 hours? A little over 20 hours? Text us back. Let us know. You can always also reach out to us at brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com. Tell us a little story. Give your confession. And we would love to hear what you all are talking about and what you have to share with us. So, moving on. So, we also got a little bit of a continuation to one of our shows that we did a little while back. And this one, we are going to talk about 7 fascinating facts about the lotus. If you guys can see me with my hands are traveling down because we're going towards the lotus. Yeah. We all love the lotus. So exciting. But Tracy's going to take us on this journey. Miss Tracy, tell us these 7 fascinating facts.
Okay, but before we get into that, I'm going to need a laser. I'm going to need a laser sound effects. I want to go pew, 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 pew.
I got your man-made laser.
I'm not that advanced yet. We'll have it for next time.
Okay, next time I want lasers.
Next time.
Okay, so we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about 7 fascinating facts about female women self-love. This is a taboo topic. In the recent past, let's be completely honest about it, most women weren't really talking about this. This was a little secret that you did by yourself in the shower or in your in your room when your partner wasn't there, or you made sure everybody was out of the house. But now women are becoming more vocal about pleasuring themselves, knowing what pleasure is, and being their authentic self with their partners. So
we will not be denied any longer.
Yes, that is so important. Do not forsake yourself to please someone else. That is the ultimate goal, right? So one of the facts is that self-love is actually very healthy for you. While pleasuring yourself, the most obvious benefit of self-love is it can helps relieve stress, and it helps you get a better night's sleep. I used to look.
I can actually attest to that.
I know. I used to play a game called Take 2 Tylenol PMs and beat the clock.
Let's see which one's going to hit.
Hey, either way, I'm winning though, right? Either way, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Winning.
Like I'm going to sleep regardless.
But it also helps you regulate your endorphins, and it creates the feeling of natural well-being where you don't need like alcohol or something like that. You are creating these hormones yourself, so you're self-regulating.
Endorphins,
right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're kind of not masking
it. You're not masking it because you know exactly where you need to go, and what comes out of you naturally is just naturally supposed to happen. Self-love is also associated with better sleep and an easier time falling asleep. I suffer from really bad insomnia, and for a while there, this was regularly prescribed by my doctors to help me.
Oh, wow.
It also improves the blood flow to your lotus. And when doing this, how do I say this? It keeps the channels open.
I don't know why, but all of a sudden I just heard whoosh.
Yeah, it does.
Those kind of channels?
Yes, those kind of channels. It helps keep
like the blood channels?
Yes, blood and I don't know can we say lubricate?
Oh,
the channel. The
lubrication. The lubrication
channel. It keeps it all open, and you are naturally creating for yourself your own lubrication, and which your body will create once it gets into that mode of you're using it. It begins to produce a lot more. Right. So
maybe there needs to be some discussions about how do people get the WAP, and maybe folks who are in tune with being into having a WAP are more inclined to have WAP because they are using it. If you don't use it, you lose it, so to speak.
That's exactly
it.
If you don't use it, you will lose it. We all know that there's lotus atrophy and what's the other one? Pelvic floor drop. You know what I'm talking about? Where your pelvic floor will drop.
Yeah.
If you don't use it, you lose it.
You will lose it. And if you guys do not remember that show, we did a show on this very thing about if you don't lose it, you will lose it, and it'll get reabsorbed into your body, and you will be like WTF.
So, number 2, women self-love more than you think. As a woman with partners, they think it's like, oh, every once in a while. No, it's way more than once in a while. It is.
We got needs.
Yeah, and sometimes I don't want. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest. Sometimes I don't want nobody else there. Like, leave me alone. Like, sometimes I don't want a home. Okay, let me describe it this way. Sometimes I don't want a big feast. Sometimes I just want some chicken fries from Burger King.
Chicken fries.
I like
chicken fries.
I like chicken fries.
I'm not gonna lie, those chicken fries are kind of fire.
Yeah. So the biggest misconception is that women don't, and or if they do, that their partner is not satisfying them. And that is absolutely not true. Sometimes we just need to, for lack of a better word, self-medicate. That's really it. And there doesn't have to be a super deep thing around it. What I would suggest is let your partner be. Let your partner be.
Yeah.
So, number 3, self-love is a great way for women, young women, to learn their bodies. I think this is the biggest thing out there. Young people jump into intercourse with other people and they don't know their bodies yet. And they are emulating what they see on TV or on a computer or whatever. And that's not real. That's fake. And you're setting yourself up for a long life of failure. A long life of failure. So get to know yourself as moms, as aunties, as grandmas, as women ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's start taking the stigma away so that these younger people can understand that this is healthy and they can have it better than us. Like, come on now. I'm trying to make the world a better place, one self-love person at a time.
But you know what I also think about is that I think if you learn your body, especially if you're learning it through self-love a little better, that also, I think one is kind of embarrassing for folks to teach their kids about it, probably because either they don't know or that they think that, based on, your faith path, that it's a dirty thing to do. So you're kind of like just doing this whole wheel of failure over failure over failure because nobody knows what their body is doing and nobody knows their levels of this is what I like, this is what I don't like. So you don't know anything.
Yeah.
And now you're teaching something you don't know to other people.
Yeah.
Does that make
sense?
No,
that makes sense. But here's my thing. No, if you don't teach them right, like you're saying, you don't teach them. We have people out here doing soaking. What?
Oh God, yeah.
You know what
I forgot all about that.
You know what I'm saying? But people think you can't get pregnant from soaking, or they think that it's not intercourse because you're not moving. It is.
I'm mad it's called soaking.
I think I might need you to, as best and clean as possible, explain to our listeners what soaking is, because I think I remember now, but
every time I hear it, I get irritated.
Okay, so
every time I hear it, I get irritated.
Okay, so soaking is, think eggplant in lotus, but not moving, just still, soaking.
No motion.
No motion, no nothing, just no motion, nothing. But in sometimes, this is something that they do in certain, I don't want to say religious sects, but this is what I know from certain people in those sects that they tell me this, that they do the soaking, but sometimes they will have somebody on the end of the bed jump. Because they're not.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is there a third person in this room?
Yes, there is a third person, and they're at the end of the bed. And because the two people that are quote unquote soaking, they're not moving, the third person it is not going against their faith teachings. But again,
okay,
I don't like it.
But they think that,
I don't like it one bit.
Yeah, but they think they can't get with child because of this, and that's a lie. So teach.
I don't like it.
Teach and learn. Even if you don't know exactly how to do it, what you can say is don't be embarrassed about your body. As you hit these certain milestones in your body, you're going to start having nocturnal emissions and all of these things. And those are nothing to be ashamed about. This is normal. Everybody has this. Even if you don't know what you're doing, you could at least say that. That's my thinking. Accept who you are. You're a human being.
I would rather you tell me you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, tell me you don't know.
But I tell you what, I tell you what, if I'm with somebody and they suggest this and another person comes in and starts jumping on the bed, I'm fighting everybody involved. I'm fighting them. It's going to be
Agreed.
a whole Royal Rumble.
Agreed.
Somebody going to be soaking. It ain't going to be me.
Right? For me, when I heard that, I was just like, are y'all for real? And they were just like, yeah. But they said it with so much enthusiasm. That's what got me. I was like, ooh, okay. All right. That's what y'all doing. Okay. So let me get back to this. So number 4, is there such a thing as too much self-pleasure? While there is some aspects that, yeah, you could be doing this too much and it could be an issue, it is very, very rare for women to be like this. Really? Yes. When that occurs, a person generally knows that their self-love is getting in the way of work, school, family, and other relationships. And they may be doing so. And while they're self-loving too much, they may actually be hurting their body. And in that case, I'm going to tell you, if you're at that point where you're hurting your body and this is interfering with your work, your school life, your family life, your partner life, it is time to reach out and get some help. That's it. Go. Yeah. Even if you have the inkling while you're listening to this and you think, ooh, no, that ooh is something to think about. And while I'm not a big component of pressuring people into getting help, listen to your body. Talk to someone and see what they say. If
you're rubbing a little too hard, you might want to
start by connecting with Dr. Val at the Swan Center, or find a trusted practitioner, nurse, doctor to talk to. Please stay safe. Number 5, married women and older women do it too. Of course this is ridiculous. You think because you get married, like,
why would they think married women would stop?
No, you do it more.
Right.
I'm sorry, you're probably doing it. Right. You're probably doing it more because here's the thing. It takes away stress, right? It helps with stress. You've just had your partner. You guys are cleaning the kitchen. You don't really have time to connect with each other, but you can always connect with yourself in the shower, in the tub, hanging out. Do you know what I'm saying? Married men and women, as well as older adults. I don't want you to think because you hit a certain age that you just stop. That's not the truth about it. We all know that older people still have healthy libidos and are still interacting with each other because there is a lot of STDs going around these old folks' homes.
Oh yeah, they wilding in them nursing homes.
Nobody
cares.
Are wilding.
Ain't nobody using no protection. They're like, you know what? I'm at the end of my rope. I might as well just enjoy life.
Yeah, they are wild. They are wilding out. I have never seen it. It is literally like a merry-go-round.
Listen, all I got to say is if I end up in an old folks' home and I am in there by myself, all bets are off.
Right?
You make it to 85, 90 years old and somehow things are still working down there. Look, no remorse, no regrets. Yeah. Anyone who can still get it up, let's go.
Yeah, and let's be honest.
Oh, this is waiting.
Yeah, right? As long as when you get older too, you also may have issues with ED or lotus dryness. So self-love is an easy way to kind of circumnavigate these things without having the normal sexual intercourse. Number 6, it can improve your private life. In a study from the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that women that use the similar techniques and stimulation feel good during self-love and then apply this to having alone time with their partner, they report better orgasmic response and less difficulty achieving orgasm during partnered intercourse. So
interesting. Well, hold there, Tracy. So it is time for us to pay some bills. We are going to get back and finish this list after our commercial break. So everybody, run to the potty, refill your drinks, and we will be back after this. Stay with us. Oh, my bad. All right, welcome back, everybody, here to Brown Sugar Confessions. You know I got to dance every time we hear the theme song. We are here at Brown Sugar Confessions every Wednesday at 11 on Power 1017. Thanks for joining us back, everybody. We're back. We are talking about fascinating facts about female self-love. We are having a good time. But if you want to add to our confessions here on Brown Sugar Confessions, remember you can always reach out to us at brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com. You can reach out to Doc Val specifically at Valerie@swancenter.com. That is Valerie at swan with 2 N's center.com. Also, you can always check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. So you can listen to us in the car on your long night drives, listening to our confessions. Always look out for us. We've got the same handle on all of these, Brown Sugar Confessions. And aren't we on Twitter?
I don't think we're on Twitter. Not yet.
Are we on Twitter?
no, we're on Twitter. It's just
We're
private.
on Twitter?
I feel like
We're
on
it's
Twitter.
private. It's private right now.
Oh.
You're gonna have to message us to get onto our Twitter.
Yes.
Just don't let anybody on.
It's exclusive.
Yeah, we're cool kids on Twitters. We're the cool kids on the Twitters. So message us on Twitter if you want to follow us. Outside of that, let us go ahead and get back into this conversation because this is actually
so
pretty
we're going to
interesting.
go right. I'm going to go back to the beginning just to give you a recap in case you're catching us now. So we're talking about self-love with women. So self-love is healthy. That's number one. Continue to do so as long as you're comfortable doing it. Number two, women self-love way more than people ever thought. Ever. Stop lying to yourselves.
Facts.
3, it's a good way for women to learn about their bodies and what they like and how they like to be touched. 4, self-love can overdo it and it can become unhealthy if it's done too much. You're having thoughts that yours may be interfering with work, school, family life, and you may be hurting yourself. Please seek help. 5, married women and older women, do it too. Stop kidding yourself. We're all doing it. That's what makes the world go round. You do know that, right?
Doing it. Wow.
Number 6, this is where we left off on the last one, so we're just going to get right back into it. It can improve your intimate life. 1, it can help because some women, let's be honest, some women cannot have the big O with penetration. They will only come with outside
Literally and figuratively
stimulation. And that's perfectly normal. There is nothing unhealthy about that. Some women just can't and do not feel ashamed about it. Now, if that's something you want to get looked at, go get it looked at. But it's nothing to be ashamed about or hide or feel less than because of. So the last one.
I think that's how I catch most of mine. Yeah, usually if I'm with somebody, it's usually I will get mine through external stimulation rather than intercourse.
I'm a both.
Like I've been able to do both, but most of the time it's the external rather than the internal.
Oh, I never thought about it. Yeah, most of the time I'm a both.
I mean, I'm literally a both.
How about you, Katie?
I'm a both as well. Like, actually, I think I'm kind of like somewhere in like a 3 or 4 kind of stimulant kind of areas. But
yeah, we've hard.
Had 3 or 4 stimulants. God dog, what's going on?
It does not saying that I require all 4 at the same time, but I'm saying that like typically 1, combinations work best for the greatest results. But 2, I have different things that I know work for me. Just like, Dr. Val had taught us before about all of the different types of O's you can get and the different stimulants you can get that can trigger it. I think I have about 4 that is part of my regular routine that kind of brings it easy and it's like they feel different depending on how it comes,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it feels very different. I have a recipe to get me there. Like, if we want this to be like this, here's the recipe to follow. Add a little this, sprinkle that, twirl that, and go there.
Yeah. Yes.
That's it, but it's different.
And wait. There is a blueprint to this? I don't have a blueprint, and I'm kind of mad
I say
about
a blueprint, but it's different.
I feel a certain way.
Different people, right? But with my partners, I know this is what I like from you specifically, and you follow this, and you will get me there, and you follow these, and you'll get me there, and it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it's different with different people. Yeah.
More to know.
All right. So last one, number 7. Enjoy your orgasm. Enjoy it. If it happens, that is amazing. If it doesn't happen, that is still amazing because you had time with yourself. You had time with your partner. You reconnected with yourself. These are all things to be happy and overjoyed with. Now, if it goes for a long period of time where you are not achieving your O, yes, come see Doc Val. She will help you. But don't run from your O. And don't be ashamed. Don't
run from it
if it doesn't happen every time. Most women, in what is it, heterosexual cis relationships, cis hetero. You said it over
relationships.
There. Do not have O's with their partner. They don't. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. Now, can you fix that? Absolutely. Go see a therapist. Go see a sex therapist and get advice for both you and your partner. Have your partner come in. It works.
You know what? That's an actual really good segue because we forgot to mention something important. Happy Pride Month, everybody. I feel like we need a round of applause. It's Pride Month. So if you are a part of the Pride, if you are a part of the Pride, if you're a part of the community.
Sorry, we got cheering and clapping.
If you're a part of the Alphabet Mafia. If you are a part of the community, the Pride, the Alphabet Mafia, whatever you go by, whatever you identify as, thank you. We love you. Brown Sugar Confessions family will always love and support you. Make sure you guys are safe out there. Keep celebrating all month long. This month is yours. I want to see all the flags because y'all got like the amazing flags. I don't even know what flag I can even have. I want a flag.
You can. You gotta
can I have
look
a flag?
up your stuff though, and then you got to pick your colors. Yeah.
Oh. So I gotta like take a test.
Maybe. I don't know. I just picked a lot of colors. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Where is Doc Val?
But don't run from your orgasm. Don't run
Somewhere
from your
on the high
orgasm.
seas.
Enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. Learn yourself. Be true to who you are and what you want. Speak it and say it. We are not going into 2022 another second with you lacking. You're going to say what you want and you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's the end.
Ooh, speaking.
Yay.
Yay! Speaking of which, don't some people use their self play
Yes.
for manifestations?
Yes.
Is that a thing? I hear a lot of people actually kind of go with getting what they want through that, which I thought was very interesting when I first
Yes.
talked about it. So the more
your partner
you know,
in
folks,
on it too.
Mm-hmm.
You want to
say affirmations back and forth to each other in your breath. You want to talk about a good connection? That's it. That's what's popping.
Sounds like almost a tantric connection right there. Get the breath going, get the manifestations going, get the mantras going, get the stare in the eye. And next thing you know, everybody's like, ah! It's great.
Hopefully nobody's soaking. Everybody's
great. It's great. Yeah. Yeah. Unless that's your kink and everybody agrees on it, soak away. But if not, don't soak. I don't know. Like I said, I find out somebody runs in this room and starts sleeping on the bed, I'm fighting everybody. Just know.
Oh
know.
My gosh.
But speaking about our female self-play, did you guys know there is a health brand that launched a cereal that the purpose of this cereal is to help talk about menstruation.
What color is
it? Cereal.
Yeah.
Is there marshmallows?
Yeah, you ready for this? Get your drinks.
I ain't
Surprisingly, no. So here it is. There's
no. It don't got no marshmallows in it. No.
Well, you might be interested, even if you just want to look at it. You might be interested. So there is a intimate wellness brand called Intimina that created the cereal called Period Crunch. So the cereal is shaped like uterus, and they are raspberry flavored. So the cereal is to highlight the redness of the cereal is to highlight the lack of period conversations among family and friends. They actually got a really nice picture of the cereal, but I'm not going to lie. These cereal pieces almost look like choking hazards, but they do look like the female reproductive system. I will give them that. They are very thorough with this.
Look, I mean, if it takes cereal for people to open up, I guess. Am I going to...
I don't know, but part of me feels like that's an awkward conversation to have.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking too. Like, you just wake up and brush your teeth. Well, don't brush your teeth before you eat raspberry cereal, apparently. But you wake up, you go downstairs, and first thing, uterus is in your face. Like, I just wanted some Count Chocula.
I mean, but you're also eating these uteruses, and I'm not sure how that's necessarily bringing a conversation forth. I mean, will you even know what there are? I mean, you're just trying to have some cereals. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to have these conversations. Yeah, I just don't know if I want people swallowing uteruses in the process of having them.
I don't know.
It's a bit interesting.
It feels like, okay, this is going to sound weird. Does this not feel like some Kronos Greek mythology, like swallowing his children's stuff?
Yes. Yes. This is like low-key cannibalism.
I mean, I get it. I get like anything to open the conversation, I guess. Anything to open the conversation. But would I eat this? No. Would this be an opener to talk about it? No. My kids would look at me like, what?
I have a random question though. Well, like, what if like little Timmy like grabs this from the shelf and he don't know what uteruses are, but he starts eating them? You're gonna have to be like, Timmy, do you know what you're eating? They're like, I don't know, but it tastes like raspberry, so I like it. Like, do you just end the conversation there, or do you? Just
I think that's the point, is to have the conversation. So I guess if someone asks, "Wow, what are these?" Well, I'm glad you asked.
Right. I feel like it's just going to be like a very, very awkward conversation, especially if it's first thing in the morning, because nobody's firing on all cylinders first thing in the morning. I feel like this should be like a dinner conversation, maybe like a dessert conversation.
But I do agree that the conversation needs to be had and normalized, because I'm tired of grown men folk acting like a woman on her cycle is disgusting. I'm sick of it.
Yeah,
I think it's weird. I think it's weird.
Yeah. I think like the general education should be there to know like, hey, this is happening. You will be okay. Because think about it, like we got all kinds of stuff happening with us, so I guess we're used to it. But for them, if they've never seen it before, it could probably be like a little bit terrifying. But bruh, especially if you live with other women, sisters, aunts, you gotta come out.
And you want to be with women, and you want to be with a woman. You have to be more mature. Yeah.
You can't run
be
from
like,
that part of womanhood.
You need me to go to the aisle 7B? That's the lady aisle. No, you got to be in it, man. You got to be in it. You got to know what to get, how much to get, where's the chocolate, where's the candy, where's the chips, where's the pain pills, where's the heating pad. Like, I know I can't be the only one. I can't be the only person that's seen those TikToks of the guys actually trying the cramp simulators, and they are weak. Their bloodline is weak when they try those cramp simulators, and women are just like, oh, yeah, their bloodline is
not their bloodline.
But you see them trying these cramp stimulators, and the men are falling out, and the women is just like, yeah, this is everyday thing. This is something I do every month, and the men are.
She's like, this is
and the men are like,
two.
There's no way. And I'm like, you're weak, man. You're weak. You're weak. Nobody should ever sleep with you. You're weak.
Stop spreading
that part. That part.
So, long story short, it looks like it might be a no for the cereal, but you know what? It might be okay for like ice cream toppers, because that's a later in the day type of conversation, like just a little bit, or just crush them and make a sprinkle. I don't know. Either way, I applaud them for taking the bull by the horns, as they say in the article, and bringing awareness to that stigma about menstruation, especially for other people who don't go through it, to have that conversation with people who go through it. I applaud that. I don't know if I'm eating this cereal though, but I hope it tastes good for everyone to go through all this.
Okay, I gotta. Oh,
right.
Go ahead.
Because I mean, like,
I got a question.
No, what were you saying? You got a question?
Okay, so I need to know how y'all would act if this was y'all's partner. So a woman decided to sign up and do a fans only, and after a month, she only had one follower. Her man, he was the only one following. She got really sad and depressed and all this stuff. So he created a bunch of fake accounts and signed up for her fans only. So now she's got like 8 dudes just like giving her money. So she started responding to all the dudes, like talking to them and saying like, what do you want? Like, blah, blah, blah. And the guy would respond. The boyfriend would respond with like, I want this or that. And the conversations turned from how can I help you to like, let's hook up. But she don't know it's the boyfriend. She don't know it's the boyfriend.
Oh no.
And now she told one of the fake dudes, yeah, I'd be willing to fly out. Like, yeah, buy me a ticket. Like, let's meet up. This could be fun. Now, I want to know, how would y'all act to this? Because the boyfriend was doing something nice for her, and she took it and has changed it into like a secret meetup. Like, what would y'all do?
Yeah, so I've pretty much ended relationships in terms like that. So, wow, that's a shame. But now I'm
Yeah.
questioning his motives. Like, are we sure? Like, are we sure he did that with the intentions of being nice, or did he lead the conversations like, "Hey, there's $1,000 on the table"? I don't know.
I have that's not stated in there, but what I'm gonna say is yeah, my vibe is the same as yours. Like, did he do this as like a trick? Like, let me see what I can really get you to do, and
Right,
then I'm
exactly.
gonna gaslight you for the rest of the relationship because you almost pretend cheated on me. But
Exactly.
yeah,
Because I can't
Yeah.
imagine. I can't imagine
Part of
you
me is
hop on
like,
OnlyFans. You don't have that many followers. You're not really bringing that kind of a crowd in, and all of a sudden you're just going to start reaching out to the guys and say, "Hey, you want to link up?" Like
yeah,
that type of stuff. Like, I don't know. Typically, the men lead that conversation and lead it into that direction. So I don't know. I have a hard time believing he didn't kind of mislead her to try to see what she would do.
yeah. This is
part of me wants to say that maybe she was trying to scam him. Like, yeah, send me the ticket. Send me the money to buy this ticket. And she never
I don't
goes
know.
out.
Either way, it's dirty.
She just
Okay,
pockets the
so
money.
that's kind of dirty. But why would you scam? Because you're not even getting no money out of it.
I mean, clearly she's not getting that money. She only got like 8 people. She gotta try to get what she got. She try to get as much as she can out of them. And they're not even real people. They're 8
Oh,
fake people following her. Technically, what? 7 fake people and
yeah.
1 real person
And
following
okay,
her.
so his other thing is does he tell her that he's all 8 of these dudes? Does he tell her and break her heart, thinking that she was doing something, and people are like looking at her and it was just him, or does he keep it a secret?
I think they need to have a whole lot of conversations
Yeah.
because eventually this is going to snowball into a
They
bigger
just need to
problem.
break
So if
up.
he's serious about this relationship,
Yeah.
if it were me, I would sit down and have the conversation to say, look, okay, so I already know you messed up. So if he knows she messed up and he still wants to stay there, then he should probably tell her, like, look, you messed up. I messed up. I probably should have done this differently. My intentions were pure, but maybe it wasn't the best decision ever. So let's lay this all out on the table and let's figure out where we're going to go from here. But yeah, they definitely need to have a conversation because something's going to have to come out of this. Like, you can't just keep going and all sorts of lies and, no one, like, it just won't work. Eventually it's going to fall apart. So if you don't lay it out on the table, it's going to fall apart anyway, so you might as well lay it out on the table and see what happens.
I think they should just break up. Break up. Because literally there is no coming back from that. First of all, I created 7 other identities just to help you out because you can't bring nobody onto OnlyFans. And then you got the audacity to start talking to one of these fake profiles? Talking about you want to get flown out? That is the ultimate Uno reverse card waiting to happen. Break up. Because the minute he throws that on the table, the relationship is over. Just break up and walk away. Walk away on still on light terms. Because once that Uno card gets thrown, that's it. That's it.
But she doesn't know, so the cards are still all in his hand right now.
Yeah.
Exactly, which is why he should walk away. He should walk away. He should walk away now because if she start talking more and more and more to fake profile number E, whatever the name is, and then he gonna start feeling a certain way. He gonna start feeling a certain way, like she don't talk to me the way she talked to fake Robert. Why is she looking at fake Robert like that? Bruh, that's like a whole sliver of you. Just walk away with your cards in your hand. Don't throw that reverse Uno down because it's going to devastate her, and you're going to hate yourself because you felt like you had good intentions and it didn't work out. Just walk away from the relationship. Just walk away with
You
your
know
head held
what?
high,
I
my
kind
guy.
of agree with both of you. Depending on where they are in their relationship,
Right.
you need to either decide to walk away if it's a newer relationship, or if it's something that you've invested time in and you're growing in, then you need to go to therapy. And you need to, before you go to therapy, you need to open up all your cards and have your therapy appointment booked and say, look, babe, we go on to therapy in 2 days. Let's talk. And put it out on the table, because
I don't even know if they should like
I,
tell her. Just be
you
like,
know,
just meet me
I would
here.
say, if you want this relationship to work, if you want not to go back to where we were, because obviously something was wrong where we were, because I felt the need to do that. But maybe we can work some things out. We could both be more honest about what we're trying to do here with our relationship. And if you go to therapy and it don't work, then you both are at least in a healthy place to let it go.
Yeah.
But that's a whole yeah.
And with that being said, that's a whole list of cards. And listeners, how do you feel about that? Would you throw down that ultimate Uno card? Would you break up in this relationship? What would you do if you were in that situation? Hit us up on our YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, our Spotify. Leave us a review on Spotify if you're listening to us up there. Let us know how you feel. Send us an email. Confess, have you ever been in that kind of situation? Have you ever been in a situation where you had to talk about a menstrual cycle? Would you do it over breakfast, or would you wait for later in the day? Either way, reach out to us. Give us a hi if you see us online. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully, Val will be back with us really soon when she gets off her high seas adventures. Once again, it's Miss T, KD, and Tracy. Thanks for joining us here on Brown Sugar Confessions on Power 1017. We will see you next week. Stay safe and play safe.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Brown Sugar Confessions on Power 1017. Go to our Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram page at Brown Sugar Confessions to like, share, and follow. Stay safe and play safe. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.